Guys, how you doing? Welcome back, Krusty Customs Garage. We are here, of course, at Krusty Customs Garage. Anyway, today's gonna be a big step towards the completion of the fuel system and carb swap, at least in Ruby. I had somebody on the YouTubes reach out to me and say, hey, you know, I have same issues you were having, which is a stock fuel system which just doesn't function right, and it has 48,000 vacuum lines on it, and just a bunch of nonsense. Could you detail that carb swap for me? So no, I can't. In all seriousness, I'm going to do my best to give you guys some information in doing this swap. So first, let's just start with, if you're just starting out on projects, like I've done a bunch of stuff on my Rambler. I've had a bunch of old VWs. I got a whole bunch of other crap that you've never seen in the wings that we'll get to another day. But I think the first thing, as you can plainly see when you start a project, is workspace cleanliness. Very important. So there's just crap everywhere, honestly. I have a 2-car garage. Krusty Customs Garage is this little tiny garage compared to some other fellas that you see on the internets. Weber 3236. I learned the hard way on this that Webers come in a couple different configurations. This is a clone or a knockoff of a Weber from the eBay or Amazon or wherever you want to get it, and has the same flange. This is an authentic Weber. So if you set these two next to each other, there's a lot of difference. So this one can see throttle linkages back here. This one, a little bit different. I'm gonna make that one work for now, see if I can get the car running on it, because it is jetted for a 4-cylinder car, which is, of course, what this one is. So what you have to do is get yourself, I'm gonna use this as an example. Take your manifold off, which is, this is the manifold that came with my car. The reason why you see another one is because when I was taking a vacuum fitting off the bottom, I blew one of them right off. There were 2 of these. So be careful, because you do want to plug these, and I'll show you on this one what I did. Went to the Menards, and I got myself some brass plugs. Threaded them in, snugged them up, good to go. So that's done. This sensor stays in, because you're going to reuse that, plug that in again when you start driving your car. Vacuum lines, tons of them. This line, this vacuum, see how there's no cap on it, no line on it? I took that off to reuse it because this goes to your brake booster. This one gets capped, these 2 get capped, this one get capped, I believe. 2 of them do not, because you have 2 lines, you have 2 vacuum lines on your distributor. So you have where your spark plug wires come out, right next to that you'll see a vacuum advance. There's 2 lines going in there. So you're going to use 2 lines off the side, the passenger or driver's side of the car. Try to get you up in here to see what I did. Brake booster, then there's this other one, goes God knows where. Cap that. I've capped everything except for the brake booster vacuum port. I'll have to take a couple of these off to go to the distributor. And on this side, there's a bunch more. 3 more caps over here. I bought an assortment pack of caps off of the Amazon, and it's been perfect. So it has had everything I need to get the job done, and it was under $10. All right. You also, of course, want to have a new intake manifold gasket, which I have. While I was in there, and this is something, if you've got a car that's been sitting around for a long time, I replaced the spark plugs. These had some old Champions in them. Excuse the noise in the background. It's very windy today, but you can see these plugs have been in there for a long time. You know, I don't even remember what I replaced those with. Motorcraft, I think. The most important thing is to just take your time. I've had this car for a while, and I've just taken my time. Yeah, all of this was under the hood of the car. Stock carburetor, which looked like a mechanical tarantula with all of the vacuum coming off of it. Crap off the carburetor. The other thing too, let's talk about this while we're thinking about it. Egr valve. That baby goes right here. That gets deleted. So make sure you either make a plate or you check out FordFestiva.com. This guy Will, who runs that site, very, very knowledgeable. He's got a bunch of YouTube videos out too about Festivas, taking out your dash, doing a bunch of other stuff. Good fella. So I got this block off plate from him. Thank you for that, Will, by the way. That's already been installed. You have to make yourself a gasket for it. I just got myself a bunch of Felpro gasket material and quick little trim. That one's easy because you just cut a triangle, you put your 3 holes in, and done. Yeah, Egr valve. This feels nice. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, so you have all of these vacuum lines and fittings and shit, and you get to get rid of this. But I'm gonna keep a hold of all of this just to be sure. So we have the Weber, and that is a popular swap on a lot of cars. I've put them on old VW Rabbits, old Mark I Rabbits, and they respond extremely well. The car ran 1,000,000 times better. They put them on old air-cooled Beetles and Carmens and all kinds of stuff. So, to get the Weber or that Escort carb to mount to your manifold, there is this adapter. This adapts that base of the stock carb to your new carburetor. The Weber, this Weber carb and that stock Escort carb have a little bit of different pattern. The Weber, which is this pattern, they're both the same width-wise, but the Escort carb is shorter. So they make 2 separate adapters for this car. One for the Weber, which I was fortunate enough to get a really great deal on. This has been installed. If you get the Escort carb, you need the Escort adapter. FordFestiva.com, again, not sponsored. Well, you know, if you're looking for another Festiva guy to, you know, sponsor up, I'm your fella. Anyway, so this is all done. So, before we do any of this, I have an issue. The intake manifold gasket that was on the car, which I assume is 34 years old, parts of it are petrified to the cylinder head, so I have to get that off. All right, guys, we're back here under the hood. Just wanted to give you a little peek. If you watch the detailing video, you can see it came out so nice under the hood. So, already run into an issue. I did a little investigating. Of course, I have those heater hoses that I told you about. I'm going to show you where those go right now. But I already have an issue. Typical, you know, crusty custom style. These, you can see them, are where the heater core comes out of the firewall, and those are the original clamps. First, they're facing downward, so thank you, whoever did that, Ford or whoever else has been in here. I'm guessing these are original. They look real bad. I had to cut this one just to get it off the intake manifold, so that was good. I put a ratchet and socket on there, and I'm afraid, because when I put any kind of torque on them, they're frozen. I mean, it's expected. So I'm gonna have to cut those off, take those hoses off, put the new ones on, and I've run into an issue already. I don't have hose clamps that are the right size. This is the same thing that happened with the fuel tank filler neck hose. I didn't have big enough ones. I got those. Those are right here. So now I need to get 4 smaller clamps just so I can get moving with this project. So I'm going to run and do that. I'm going to pop these clamps off. I mean, I've got another one right down here. That clamp right there is for the top of that other radiator or heater hose. Probably going to may as well replace the radiator hoses too, especially that one since it's super accessible. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to pop these off. I'm going to go get some clamps, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to put those hoses on, get the gasket material off. I want to show you that too. Hopefully I have enough light here. There's some gasket material here that I have not been, there's a little bit right there. Probably can't see it. But anyway, there's little bits of gasket material, not a lot, that need to come off. So I'm going to do that as well. It'll be all cleaned up. We're going to put the heater hoses on. We're also going to replace the fuel lines, just basic carbureted lines, no big deal. So I recommend doing that, especially if you've got a car that's sat around. Like this one has sat around for a really long time, 13 years, 14 years. If it's in good shape, this one is awesome. I can't get over how nice this thing is. But if you got a car that you care about, you're already in here. Fuel line is cheap. I bought way too much, obviously. But replace it. Then you know it's one less thing that's going to take a crap down the road, at least for a little while. Yeah, pretty simple. So yeah, we'll just be right back. I'm going to get some clamps. I'm going to get those off. I'm going to clean up the gasket material off my cylinder head, and then we'll just come back around on this. And when we come back, that part will be done. Whew, all right, we're back. Only a couple of seconds for you. Quite a few seconds, minutes, 2 hours. Yeah, for me. So didn't have the right size clamps for my heater hoses. Wrestled around with the fuel lines a little bit. Yeah, so I'm going to show you my progress. I also got all the gasket material off the back. I showed you that a minute ago. Back of the cylinder head, the intake manifold gaskets. The original, I think 34-year-old one was still on there. Got all that off. Pain in the ass. So we got that done. So I'm going to bring you in, show you what we've got. So originally, let me grab this. This is the original fuel line. This was down, way down there, stuck way down, and it fed up and into the fuel pump right here. Get that out of here. Well, what I did is I just ran my fuel line. I'm gonna zip tie this right here. That way I have better access to my fuel filter. And that just feeds down to the steel line, which is right at the base of the firewall down there. Same thing for the return line. I don't know if you can see that in there, but that shiny bit is the return line hose clamp, and then there's another one next to it. You'll figure it out. It's pretty simple stuff. But I've got everything, new clamps, new fuel pump. Everything's all new. Also, heater hoses. New clamps, new heater hoses ready. The other one is already clamped, tightened. Next deal is going to be one I've been waiting for here, and that's to put my intake manifold back. Oh, I tell you, I'm getting really sick of the quality of GoPro batteries, stuff like that. This is a pretty new GoPro. Of course, they come out with the GoPro 10, which I am absolutely never going to buy. I have the 9. That has been a piece of shit. Anyway, yeah, so fuel lines are installed. I don't know how far back it cut off, but it did. Fuel lines are installed, new clamps, heater hoses are installed, new clamps. The only one that's not installed is this hose here that connects to the intake manifold, and I'm going to be putting that in next. All right, guys, welcome back. Full disclosure, got a little bit of a jump start here. I've got some of the bolts for the intake manifold carburetor installed. I'm getting so excited. This just looks awesome. Just gonna slowly snug these up. Ugh. Gotta get a wrench in there. Or something. Oh, he's pretty tight. All right, so we got that. Now, got to hook up that heater hose that goes to the intake manifold. So we'll do that now. I prefer a little lube. I like Purple Power. It just helps things slide together a lot easier. And hopefully that is the case here too. Oh yeah. Slippy. Okay. Just putting on the supply line from the fuel pump to the carburetor. Like I've said so many times, and if you can't tell, you're blind, I'm not a professional. That's what we are. So my fuel supply and return are hooked up. My fuel to the carb is hooked up. I have a couple other pressing issues that I haven't discussed with you. One of them is important to the firing of the car, and that is the fact that, I don't know if you can see this, but my distributor cap, when I took my original cap off, there's two screws that hold it in. This screw on the front side came out perfectly. This screw on the back side snapped. I used a center punch and tried to drill that screw out. Didn't pay attention, spanked a hole off center. Not the end of the world, but now I have to get creative and put like a nut and bolt on this side, and I have not addressed that yet. So yeah, so I'm gonna bring you in so you can see exactly how stupid I was. And let me just move some of this. So I don't know how clearly you can see. Oh yeah, there's a nice oblong hole in the top part of that. I don't know if you can see light through there with my finger. Yeah, a little bit. But I drilled off center. Should look like that, which is just a nice hole. So now I have to modify my distributor cap and find some hardware to make this all fit. And I'm not going to bore you with that on camera. So I'm going to be right back. See you in a minute. Guys, we're back. More progress. Heater hose is installed. Fuel lines installed. Don't laugh. This is part of some sort of EGR, part of the EGR. Tubes come up and around from the exhaust manifold. They come up here to these rubber hoses. Those go into the air cleaner. Of course, that's, you know, nope. So then they kind of just recirculate in there, I guess. Then they go back down and they go into the catalytic converter. Well, you have to plug those, or else I assume you're gonna have a giant exhaust leak. So all I had were some D-ring parts, and they're 3/4 inch. So if you're doing this swap and you just want to hear your baby run for a millisecond, 3/4 inch plugs. Or if you're an off-roader, you probably have those laying around. If not, 3/4 inch plugs. Or I did find that 19 millimeter VW lug nuts with the not the threaded part, but the bolt end. Jam those in there and put a hose clamp on them. Should do the trick. I'm gonna put some fuel in this car. I'm gonna put the battery back in. I'm gonna take a deep breath, and I'm gonna bring you along with me as I hopefully turn the key and hear something. I just wanna see some fuel pump, and I just wanna hear her just give me a little. So, and I'm also gonna take the air cleaner back off just temporarily, just so I can choke it, not choke it, and see what the hell's going on. So let me get this all prepped. Okay, so we've got about 3 gallons of fuel in the fuel tank. I'm just gonna give just a little splash in the carb. Probably way too much in there, but okay, hopefully she fires off. Let's see what we got. All right, well, that sounds like no spark whatsoever. I got a little tiny bit of fuel. nothing. It sounds like a no spark to me, which is perfect. My arch nemesis is a no spark. I hate no spark conditions on a car. It's a pain in the ass. Let me get this shit out of the way. Make sure all of my coil connections are hooked up. A little bit more fuel. Ooh, a whole lot more fuel. Let's try again, kids. Just any signs of life would be a pleasure right now. Okay. Oh, man, I was hoping she would just pop off. So, all right, shite. What am I missing? All I did was give it a tune. I just tuned it up, put new plugs, wires. I mean, yes, I have some stuff unplugged here, but it does not go to the distributor. It is for some modules and other things, like I said, on the carburetor. You dirty little jerk. Alright, well, I'm going to put a little more fuel down it, and if that doesn't work, I'm going to have to call it quits on this one. My will it run is a no, it won't. At least not for now. So, oh boy, this is really, to be honest, pretty freaking sad to me. Really didn't mess with anything that would make my spark go away. The only thing I'm thinking is I did have that stripped out. Maybe I'm just too far out of time with the way this is in here, because I did have to move the distributor cap a little bit. I'm going to take the cap back off. I'm going to take the cap back off. I'm going to try one thing just to see temporarily, just for my own peace of mind, if I'm just out of time, which would make sense. Speaking of out of time, I am running out of time with going to work today. Of course, all you dream YouTubers have your channels that are your job, and oh, I would love that. But, you know, not here. Not Krusty Customs. So I know I'm getting fuel. Okay. I just want to try to make this cap sit properly. So let's just bodge this. So it's sitting in the right position. Had it up there, need to move it down there. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to do something I don't like to do. Alright, where are we hiding them? They're around here somewhere. Okay, maybe they're not. Wow. Temporary, guys. Temporary, temporary, temporary. Zip ties. Zip tying a distributor. I'm sure there's some YouTubers that would just be so proud of me right now. I'm not one of them. So this is just temporary. Just to try to get the damn thing to run properly. Or run. Just give me a burp. You know? I'm going to put a couple in here. I just want it to show me some love, because I've shown it a lot of love. It would be nice if it would just show me a little bit back, you know. Oh, that came. Don't laugh at me too much. Krusty Customs, keep that in mind. What professional garage would have that name? Would you take your car there? No, because he's fixing it with fucking zip ties. That's you know, probably not ideal. All right, let's tighten our. Okay, so let's try it again, okay? Maybe I just had it moved into, you know, but anyway. Yep, did you catch what I did? Oh, obviously I didn't. Put a freaking battery in it, dummy. Alright. Yep. Alright, let's try that again, eh? See what we come up with. Fire! Nothing. Not a damn thing. I don't even. Fuel in, fuel return. All right. One more. She's got fuel. Too much? Don't know. Let's find out. Have I completely... Is my firing order off? I mean, 1, 3, 4, 2, 1. And it is marked number 1 on the cap. So it's 1, 3, there's 3, 4, 4, 2. Alright, the only other thing I can think of is that maybe my cap is just not connected properly. Or it's fucked. So I'm going to take... I did have a little issue with that slipping. I have... Oof, my really crispy original. Wow. Alright. I'm just gonna... This thing is actually physically rusty. It looks terrible. But it did come from my parts car. And that one shows more signs of life right now than this one does. So I'm just gonna see if that gives me any... Oops, I want that. Sorry. Any tiny glimmer of hope that just maybe I had my coil wire wasn't connected. Or not. Alright, I don't think it's a fueling issue, because she's got fuel. I definitely think it's spark. All my vacuum is blocked off. It should have kicked. even without a carburetor, with fuel dumped in it, it should kick. I know I have some low voltage going on here. Do I have, I mean, I'm getting fuel. That looks good. I'm dumping fuel in it, so that can't be an issue. All right, so carb swapping. Oh, wait a minute. That didn't really seem like it was in there very far. I'm not going to give up hope. I just don't have a lot of time. I'm rapidly running out of time. Honestly, I just want you to get in there. Just get in there. Okay, come on. Just get your ass in there. You too. Oh, yeah, see, that's not staying. Neither one of those is really staying on there very well. Kind of wondering if I just have a coil connection issue. It just doesn't want to stay hooked into the coil. Brand new spark plug wires. All right. Sorry guys, I was hoping I'd have the money shot for you here. It's not panning out and I feel bad and I'm getting pissed. So yeah, it just doesn't feel like it's sitting. I think I got that in there nice. I think that's probably, hopefully, the issue. Just want to get a little bit more wire out of her. Yeah, it's just not, he is just not playing nice. The wire seems really short too, and that's fresh out of the fucking box, you know? That should be plugged in. I don't really know how much harder to push. All right. Just checking connections. I really didn't disturb anything on my coil. Yeah, got nothing here. All right, so let's see what happens here. Maybe I just didn't have that coil wire set in there far enough. Guys, I'm going to be right back. I'm getting a little pissed. All right, I took a pause, stepped away, came back, looked over the wiring. Just going to try it again. Keep an eye out, guys. Nope. Nope. Not a damn thing. Oh, I tell you. Not really sure, gentlemen and lady, exactly what I did to this car. I removed the carb. This just shows you, I'm new to Festivas, and it shows because I didn't really touch any of the oh geez, I didn't really touch any of the wiring in the car. All I did was the wiring in the damn it, the wiring from the carb for all the little modules and solenoids on the carburetor. And this coil wire is still pissing me off. God. Okay, so it's in. Drink. Just give me any sign of life here. Ooh, that sounds like a shit ton of fuel. Okay, well, maybe she's flooded. You think she would have at least gave a small sputter of life, right? Alright, gentlemen and ladies, I think I'm about defeated on this one for the day. I gotta go to work. I know it's got fuel. Next thing is to test for spark. You know, I am gonna do that now because I'm pissed. I'm gonna pull the #1 spark plug and see if it has any spark. I don't know how I'm gonna tell because I'm the only one here, and I kind of need 2 people to do this, so yeah, really no idea how I'm gonna accomplish this feat, but I'm gonna try. Yeah, that was a little snugger than I would like it to be. Yep. Just fuel soaked. I mean, absolutely doused. So she is definitely not sparking. Oh boy. Not really sure what it did here, guys. I thought this was going to be a home run. And I'm not sure how I'm even going to... Maybe I'll record it. See if we... I'm just baffled today, guys. Oh my god. Maybe I'll try to log in. Oh Jesus, I'm almost out of juice again. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, excuse the lighting here. I had to close up everything because I was checking for spark. There was a spark. I did see a spark on my preview on my phone, my GoPro app. So I'm going to put this spark plug back in, and I'm going to fire it off again and see what happens. Give me just a sec, I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, last chance before I have to go to work. I did test for spark, and it did have spark. Where the hell did I put my keys? Ah, all right, here we are. All right, did you hear that? It is attempting to start. And it might now just be a matter of a little fuel. Just a little splash. A little choke. I don't know why that choke. It's weird. Try it again. Let's go. Man, I'm running out of battery. Big surprise, GoPro. now it's not kicking. Oh God, why? Why? What in the hell is the problem? Everything is routed properly. Oh man. This royally pissing me off. Okay, one more time and then I'm gonna have to pack it up. Well guys, I am sorry. I will succeed, just not today, I guess. I do have tomorrow off, and I hope I can bring it home for you. Today I have failed and I am sorry. So, but stick around. If any of you guys have any ideas where I have screwed this up, it did show spark on my app. So, when you did hear it try to kick a little bit. So, yeah, I am puzzled and pissed. Anyway, guys, if you have any ideas, sorry, the sun's bright, let me know. If you have any ideas, comments, you just want to give me the middle finger. But any input would be appreciated. So, guys, how we doing? Oh, I see I got a strobe issue, so we'll turn that off. Guys, hey, day 2 of carb swap. I ended yesterday frustrated, a little pissed off, yeah, that it wasn't even attempting to start, really. It kicked semi-annually, and it was frustrating. So I went to work and was stewing about it all night and decided, hey, I put new plugs, wires, distributor cap and rotor on this car, plugged everything in. Okay, that should be fine. And then, you know, something, computer chip, the one brain cell I have left, fired at the correct time. I said, hey, dum-dum, what if you wiring 1, 3, 4, 2 clockwise is wrong? What if it's counterclockwise? So I'm here this morning, like I said, day 2. I gotta sneeze. Oh, whew. I usually come in 2s or 3s, so bear with me here. Nope. Okay, so I decided that I would Pina Colada Bang. God, that's good. Anyway, not sponsored, by the way. Bang. Come on, man, trying to grow here. Anyway. Yeah, so I decided when I got here this morning, I'd turn on my camera, start checking things over. Well, I started working on it already. I haven't really messed with the distributor. I decided, you know what, let's just work on something else. So I had a brake booster vacuum line that goes to the back of the manifold, comes up here and goes down here. Well, I took that off, went and got a new section of hose for that. So that's going to be good. And I put in a couple new vacuum lines on the distributor so they'd reach my manifold, because I cut the old ones and they were too short. So I have that. I had that in my stash in the back. Well, now I'm going to switch. I basically just need to switch what I thought was number 3 and number 2. So I need to switch these two. So I'm going to do that first. Oh, okay. At least it's new and it comes off a little easier than the old stuff, which was fighting every step of the way. and not wanting to come off. So let me just pop these babies on there. And truth be told, I do have the Festiva dealer service manual and the electrical and vacuum service manual for this car. It's in the house. This morning, while studying, and by studying I mean sitting on the throne, I grabbed those manuals, and sure enough, it's a counterclockwise distributor, not a clockwise distributor. So yesterday on this video, when I was trying to start it, it was firing one, what would that be? So I had it 1, 3, 4, 2. So clockwise 1, 3, 4, 2, where it was actually firing 1, 2, 4, 3. Of course, that's not going to work. I also want to loosen my distributor itself, because I do think there's a little bit of a timing issue here. So I am going to do that too. And I'm going to grab my socket, which I should have. I don't know why it's not here. I put some of the stuff away. I don't know. Okay. I have like no 12s over there. It's amazing how shit just disappears. It just evaporates. Where the hell are my 12s? I found I have one more 12. And then I had a ratchet that I was using. Some of you guys might have problems with, and you know, the 10mm socket is like the big boogaboo with everybody. For me, it's not just sockets. It's not just the 10mm socket. It's the everything socket, everything ratchet. Yeah. Pain in the ass. All of it. Big pain in the ass. Oh, all right. That's righty tighty. Let's get that right. Okay. That wasn't too bad actually. Okay. Just mosey down. There's one underneath. So you have 2 bolts here on your distributor. For anybody who's playing, that one's loose. Holy shit. Okay, well, somebody's been screwing around in here before me. That bottom bolt's really loose. Okay, well, I think it was, oh yeah, you can see right here where it was tight. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm not gonna do anything with the choke or anything else. I know it's getting fuel because I can see it in the fuel filter. So I changed the firing order. These are the old vacuum lines, coil wire. Just doing a little house cleaning. I'll hold on to those. If you guys want to watch out for me, I know from cranking, I have an issue here with my fuel pump gasket. I'm probably gonna have to cut one and make my own, because it's got a drip, and just from cranking on it, I have a pool of oil under my car, about the size of a grapefruit. So I did snug that up off camera a little bit. So if it continues to drip, I'll just make another gasket. That's irrelevant. I do need to get antifreeze because most of it is out of the car. The radiator is basically empty. Anyway, irrelevant. Watch out for me. Let's get this damn thing started. Sorry, I gotta tiptoe around all my stuff. Krusty Customs garage is about the size of a large linen closet, so. All right, guys. Will she start? That is fine by me. Oh. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry, I've got a screen over my garage door to keep the bugs out. Oh, Okay. Anyway, composure. I'm a professional YouTuber. She runs. So, alright, so anyway, I gotta add fluids. I've gotta button up some stuff. I gotta get my timing right. That's not really a big deal. I gotta run my vacuum. Oh man. I'm like a little kid. Anyway, I am a little kid, if you know me. Anyway, yes, that is going to end this video. So you heard it run a little bit. I'm not going to run it too much, because I think, yes, it is actually, just as I looked at that fuel pump, underneath, I just saw a drip come out. So it is leaking nicely. So I am going to try to snug that up, but no, that's nothing you guys need to see. So just remember, I completely lost train of thought because I'm so excited. Yeah, on a carb swapped car like this, just make sure that you take your time. I can't stress that enough. I rushed it yesterday. I got really pissed off. I backed away, I regrouped, I came back, and there she is, she runs. Guys, if you have stayed through this entire video, 1, just wow, okay? 2, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, there's so much more coming for this car. This car is in really good shape. It's got a faded paint job, which is gonna get buffed out. I'm gonna put a bunch of audio in it that I've got here in the garage. New customized door panels. The whole rear of the car is interior's all gonna get redone. I've got a couple of surprise bucket seats that I've had over there for a long time that are gonna look beautiful in here. Headliner's gorgeous already. Not touching that. Gonna color change the dash with some SEM or SEM black plastic paint. There's so much more. So I'm gonna do some work on the exhaust, because if you watch one of the video when we first got this car, there's really the only rust on this car is the muffler. It has big old holes in it. I think it's original, but she sounds so good. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to stop the babble. Please like, share, and subscribe, and stick around. Click that bell too. So I'm putting out more videos than I normally do, and I'm really excited about this car. This thing is going to be so much fun. I'm hoping later today, when the wife gets home, that we can record some footage of me actually driving this car, even if it's just down the street and back. I really want to drive this car. So guys, again, thank you so much. We'll see you next time, and thanks for coming by Krusty Customs. See ya.